is difference between financial accounting and cost accounting. Introduction. So let's see the introduction of financial accounting. Financial accounting introduction. It deals with the preparation of the periodic reports of the company's financial position and the results of operations uh, to external parties through financial statements, income statement, and statement of cash flow. It gives an information that whether the company is in loss or profit. So here the financial accounting deals with the periodic accounts. That means after completion of a year, at the end they will prepare the financial reports to know the financial position of the company, and those reports will be published for the stakeholders who accounts are published to the stakeholders to know the financial position of the company, and also the company try to know whether the company is in profit or loss. And now let's see the cost accounting introduction. Cost accounting is the application of accounting and costing principles, methods, and techniques in the ascertainment of cost and analysis of saving or excess cost incurred as compared with the previous experience or with the standards. Here the practical accounting is done. That means every regular intervals the cost is calculated whether, and it will compared with the standard cost or previous experience which the company has. With that, the company can know whether they are spending excess amount for the production or the ideal amount which they have uh, planned for production. Now let's see the difference between cost accounting and financial accounting. First, the purpose. Financial accounting purpose of the financial statement is to show the correct financial position of the organization. So with that, the financial accounting deals with the to reveal the correct financial position of the company, and in the same way the purpose of the cost accounting is to calculate cost of each unit of product on the basis of which we can take accurate decisions. So the management has to take the decisions about the production and other things. So for that, the management should know the cost of the product to take better decision for the betterment of the company. And period. The next difference is period of reporting of financial accounting is at the end of the financial year. So in the financial accounting, at the end of the every year, statements are prepared. But in the cost accounting, the reporting under cost accounting is done as per the requirement of management, and when required basis. So earlier I discussed like it is a these reports are prepared regular in intervals, or if the management wants to know, then the reports are prepared in cost accounting. Now the reporting. So financial accounting costs are recorded broadly. So in the financial accounting, the costs are recorded broadly in the different aspects, but in cost accounting, minute reporting of cost is done per unit wise. Here in the financial accounting, the total cost is displayed, but in cost accounting the product wise cost is reported. Next difference, coverage of transaction. It covers financial accounting covers the transactions of the whole firm, complete transaction. So and in the cost accounting, only a part of the transaction is covered, such as manufacturing, sales, and services. So if we see the coverage of transaction, the financial accounting will cover all the transactions of the company which they made in the accounting period. But in the cost accounting, uh, the transactions only related to the production and sales and services transactions are recorded in cost accounting. And process. So preparation of accounts. So here if we see sorry if we sorry independent sorry next difference is independent entity. So financial accounting is independent of cost accounting. So cost accounting depends upon financial accounting for the supply of basic data for the analysis. So after cost accounting data, the final reports are prepared. So the financial accounts are very independent, but the cost accounts are dependent because the, it has to furnish the data to financial accounting. Now let's see the process, how the accounts actually prepared. So first, in financial accounting, journal entries passed, then the ledger accounts are prepared for each and every uh, um, account, and the trial balance is prepared to know the arithmetical accuracy, and at last financial statements are prepared to know the financial position of the company. And if we see in the cost accounting, cost of sale of product, addition of margin, and determination of selling price of the product is done in the cost accounting. Next is forecasting. Forecasting is not at all possible in the financial accounting, but in the cost accounting there is a possibility of forecasting, because the budgets and plans are prepared in cost accounting. So the techniques are followed to the for the forecasting. So next difference is relative efficiency. Relative efficiency of workers, plants and machinery cannot be determined under financial accounting, but valuable information about efficiency is provided by cost accountant. Here in the relative efficiency, so here in financial accounting, at the end the amounts are only recorded in the financial accounting, but in the cost accounting the efficiency of each and every variables like material, labor, the capability of administration, each and everything can be uh, um, observed, and uh, perfect calculation is done on those aspects in cost accounting. So the efficiency could be revealed in cost accounting. And the next difference is a fixation of a selling price. So in financial accounting there is no any fixation of selling price. It is not the objective of financial accounting, but if we see in cost accounting, the main thing is done in cost accounting is deciding the selling price. So this selling price is determined by taking consideration of costs which are incurred for manufacturing of a product. So it cost accounting provides sufficient information which helpful in determining selling price. Now next difference is analysis of expenditure. So financial accounting analyzes the expenditure under the different types of expenses, wages, salaries and depreciation. But if we see in the cost accounting analyzes the expenditure and the different heads, performance, distinct types from types of expenses, direct labor, indirect labor, direct material. So different cost elements are there. According to them, the expenditure is analyzed thoroughly and accurately. These are the differences between financial accounting and cost accounting. Now let's see the functions of cost accounting. The main function of cost accounting is ascertaining the cost per unit of every product that the company manufactures. So in cost accounting, each and every unit or product cost is ascertained in cost accounting. This is the main function why every manufacturing company uses cost accounting. And the next function is to identify any wastage, whether in the material expenses, time, tools and space. So with the cost accounting, the wastage is finded very quickly and accurately, and cost accounting will also suggest ways how to minimize the wastage. That is the third function of cost accounting. Next, see the other function of cost accounting provides data that helps in the process of price fixing. So most of the companies are using cost accounting to know the cost of the product, and this is the main element in fixation of price, because the cost plus profit is added in the price of the product. So if the company doesn't know the cost of the product, they cannot fix the price. So this is the main function of cost accounting, which is works in the fixation of pricing, and calculate which with accuracy the profitability of each of the company's product. Here each and every product cost is ascertained. With that, the company can, if the company is producing more than one type of product, so then they can know each type of product's profits accurately by using cost accounting. This is also one of the function of cost accounting. Function of cost accounting is cost accounting is also responsible for the control of raw material and raw material ordering. So by every time, and that means in irregular intervals, the uh, warehouses are checked by the supervisor how much raw material is there and how much they have to order for the production. So with that, they can control the raw material wastage by observing the warehousing position. And the next function of cost accounting is performs the function of cost control for material, labor, and other miscellaneous expenses. So here the company can get maximum control over the costs by using cost accounting. And the cost accounting presents the data to the management that allow them to interpret the data and make business decisions. So cost accounting plays main role in management decision, and it provides the specific and important data for the decision making in manufacturing and in the sales of the company. And the next function is helping management with the incentive plans that are based on efficiency. So here labor efficiency is also calculated and measured with different methods. So with that, the incentive plans can also be prescribed and analyzed with the cost accounting system. And the next function is helping the management with the preparation of budget and setting up budgetary controls. So here in cost accounting, budgets are prepared and the plans are executed according to the predetermined goals of the company. So these are the functions of cost accounting. Next, the installation of a costing system in a company. So there are steps to be followed when they are installing a costing system in company. First, preliminary investigation should be made relating to the technical aspects of the business. So first of all, the company should investigate how much the company is using technical things in their production. And the next step is the nature of the product and methods of production will determine the type of costing system to be applied. And the nature of products are very important to determine what kind of costing system to be installed in company. And the organizational structure of the business should be studied to ascertain the scope of the authority of each executive. So what kind of organizational structure they are using, whether line and staff are using the way, or they are using scientific management or functional organization. So these should be studied to know the authority levels of the people before installing a casting system in a firm or in a company. And the methods of purchase, storage, and issue of material should be examined and modified as per required. So, where if they are following the LIFO method or FIFO method, or what kind of method they are using for the storage and purchase and issue of material is also important in installation of a costing system in company. Next step is existing method of remunerating labor should be examined for the purpose of introducing any incentive plans. So, how the laborers are remunerated? With what kind of plan are they uh, remunerated? How, what kind of method they are using? So, this is also very important to know whether the company can introduce an incentive plan for the labor or not. So this is also very important. And the next step is forms and accounting records should be so designed so as to involve minimum clerical labor and expenditure. So this is the next step which they have to follow in the installing casting system. The size and layout of the factory should be studied. So the size, how much it is spread over, and when what kind of production levels are there in the factory should be studied for the installation of casting system. And the next step is the casting system should be effective in the cost control and cost reduction. So the main purpose of installing cost system is to know the cost and reducing the costs in the production. So it should definitely helpful in cost control and cost reduction in the company. And the next step is casting system should be simple and easy to operate. Unnecessary details should be avoided. So the casting system should be simple. It should be understood by the each and every person who are in the company and who are the outside of the company to know how they are calculating the cost, how they are allocating, how they are making apportionment of costs should be understood by each and every person. So the costing system should be simple to operate. Next step is the installation and operation of the system should be economical. So the whatever the cost system the company is installing in the company, it should be economical, because it should not more expensive for the company for installing the casting system. The main purpose of the installation of casting system is to reduce the cost. If the casting system is costing more expenses, so it is no use of installing caste system in the company. Now the caste system should be introduced gradually, not the company should install the casting system completely at a time, but they should follow some steps to implement the casting system to avoid the confusion and the lack of efficiency. So the casting system should be introduced gradually in the company. So there are some difficulties in installation of casting system. Let's see the difficulties which are identified. One is lack of support of top management. So sometimes top management cannot support the installation or changes in the casting system. It could cause some expenses. So or in confusion in the employee. So for that, top management cannot support the support for the installation of casting system in the company, and non-cooperation by the other staff. So there could be non-cooperation from other employees who are working in the firm because of the new things to be learned by the employees, so these things can bother them. So with that, for that, the non-cooperation by the other staff can be possible in the installation of costing system. This is also a difficulty for installation of costing system, and shortage of trained staff. If the costing system has some changes, or the company wants to change that complete casting system, so the training or the techniques or the lack of knowledge uh, is one of the difficulties in installation of casting system in a firm, and heavy cost of installation and operations of casting system. So if the casting system heavy costs, so that automatically top management will refuse to install the casting system in the company. And this is about the difference between financial accounting and functions of cost accounting, and installation of costing system steps. And there are difficulties in installation of costing system.